Hi, it's Dr. Nadia Brown, founder and CEO of Doyen Leadership Institute and author of Leading Like a Lady, How to Shatter Your Inner Glass Ceiling. And this is the Leading Like a Lady 101 series. Today, we are talking all about the inner glass ceiling. What is the inner glass ceiling, Dr. Nadia? I am so glad you asked. The inner glass ceiling is that internal barrier that many women face when we're pursuing our dreams, we're going after what it is that we want, and we're taking risk in our lives and in our careers. It's that lack of confidence that pops up. It's that fear that comes to hold us back. Now, I'm going to acknowledge right off the bat that there are indeed barriers and obstacles for women to overcome in order to achieve certain levels of success within organizations and businesses, etc. However, just because a barrier exists, just because an obstacle pops up, doesn't mean that you can't overcome it. And I have met with too many women within my work and within my sphere of influence, with my friends, my colleagues, where we have run, and myself, where we have run into that big glass wall of fear, as I call it, and it has held us back. We didn't even allow anyone to tell us no, or we just like, you know what, I can't do this. And so we didn't go after it. And I put myself in that situation because I run into things that scare me in my business as I step out. I remember when I first started speaking, I was like, I'm not a speaker. I can't get up in front of a room and talk to people and share ideas and be motivational and empowering. But when I did it, I was like, oh my gosh. But I had to take that step. I had to move past the fear. I had to just go despite the fear. And there's one thing that I can tell you. One is fear will show up. Jot that down. Fear will, not if, when. It will show up. And when it does, you have to be willing to take action. That's the second piece. Action eradicates fear. Take it from me. I have seen it happen time and time again. And so today I'm challenging you, and I want you to just ask yourself this question. What would I do if I weren't afraid? What would my life look like if I weren't afraid? That could be new career, new business, different career. It could mean marriage. It could mean so many kids. It could mean so many different things for your life. Fear comes up in some sneaky ways. And one of them sneakier ways is procrastination. I tend to be pretty much a go-getter. And so when I'm kind of procrastinating, dragging my feet, not getting things done, I have to ask myself the question, what's going on, Nadia? What are you really afraid of? What's really going on here? And sometimes it's not fear. It's just I need a little bit more information. But most of the times, like I would say 98% of the time, it's fear, flat out fear. I'm afraid of what people might think. What if I fail? What if I actually succeed? What if this crazy idea that I have actually works? Then what? So it's so many things that come up for us, and it's internal. It's that battle that's going on the inside that's keeping us back. And that is what I encourage you to take a look at. This myth that there are just so many things out there, so many barriers, and so many people trying to hold me back, and all the things that we use as excuses are often just excuses, because you have the power to get what you want. And I know I have seen it. There is nothing like a determined woman. When we know what we want and we are determined to get it, there is nothing that can stop us. So I want you to just think about that. What's getting in your way? What's really going on? What excuses are you making? And is it really a glass ceiling? Or is it fear? Is it that internal glass ceiling that's holding you back? So I want to read a quote really quickly from my book, Leading Like a Lady, How to Shatter Your Inner Glass Ceiling. And it's actually a quote that I use from Carter G. Woodson. And so this is written in the masculine, so I'm going to make some changes to it as I read it to you so that it fits us in the feminine. So it'll make sense when I read it, all right? So here we go. If you can control a woman's thinking, you do not have to worry about her action. When you determine what a woman shall think, you do not have to concern yourself about what she will do. If you make a woman feel that she is inferior, you do not have to compel her to accept an inferior status. for she will seek it herself. If you make a woman feel that she is justly an outcast, you do not have to order her to the back door. She will go without being told, and if there is no back door, her very nature will demand one. How fitting is that to this idea of the glass ceiling? How many of us, somewhere along the way in our lives, were told that there was this glass ceiling that was preventing us from achieving our dreams and goals? And how many of us accepted that as truth? And so when there was no glass ceiling, we created one for ourselves. When no one was there to tell us that we weren't enough, we did it ourselves. When the fear came up and said, well, what if I don't have what it takes? We took ourselves out of the game. I want you to think about that, because for many of us, that's the problem. And solving that problem first will empower us and give us what it is that we need to go after what it is that we want. And again, I'm not saying that there aren't things out there. We all have something that we have to overcome, male and female. But how often is it you that's getting in the way? This is Dr. Nadia, founder and CEO of Doyen Leadership and author of Leading Like a Lady, How to Shatter Your Inner Glass Ceiling. I'm so excited that you joined me today for the Leading Like a Lady 101 series. Please join me again for our next video. Stay tuned. Signing off. Bye-bye.